Hello my lovelies, welcome back to this perfume channel. Today is my favorite list of the whole year, frankly, so I'm very excited. It is a full perfumes list, the best ones. I do one general and then I do two more specific niche designer ones. I've got quite a few new perfumes for this fall, so let's start with this perfume list. First up, we've got a fragrance that I got not too long ago and I really enjoy wearing it, and it is Vanilla Sex from Tom Ford. This fragrance, the trick is to really let it sit on the skin. When you first spray it on, it's not the best. Like, it's not, when I tried it at a store for the first time, I was so disappointed because I love vanilla. But when you let it actually sit, the sillage is amazing. It smells like custard and I love the simplicity of it, the powderiness. It's very cozy but still light, and I love it for those warmer fall days when it's not super cold yet, which is not, you know, a long season, but it is a very delicious fragrance. I think it just needs that time to settle on the skin, and then I just love it because in Poland, where I'm from, we've got this custard dessert called budeń. I don't know if you guys know it, maybe you're Polish, you know what I talk about, and I love it, the vanilla one especially, and this reminds me of that pudding and it's just delicious. Next up, we've got an amazing fragrance from Mizensir. This whole line, I would say, if you've never tried Mizensir fragrances, like, try them out. They're all pretty much amazing. I could just add them to the basket like as they go and I would be happy with all of them, but at the moment I've got just a few, and this one is amazing for fall. It's called Celeb's Wood, and this scent, it's just a very warm, ambery, patchouli, spicy, boozy, slightly apple cinnamony fragrance that leans a little bit on the more masculine amber side, which I personally love. I love wearing those masculine leaning scents. I think they smell amazing on women, and this scent is just a beautiful cozy scent. The sillage on this is very seductive and very strong. I know because my husband actually loves this as well. We both wear it and I love it on him, I love it on myself. This is truly like a unisex, beautiful ambery scent. The quality is just there. It smells so good. Another scent that is a bit newer in my collection, and I'll be wearing this fall, and I'm also recommending it to you. I've already worn it because we had a few colder days here in the UK already. Now we're back to warm days, the finito of summer, but I'm ready for fall with these perfumes, and this is the new Jimmy Choo Le Parfum. I want Choo, I think. I'm always confused with their names, but I'll definitely link it down below. It's the newest release, and I love the whole line that is in this bottle. I think it's very seductive, sweet. Everybody loves these scents. Like, when they come to my fragrance room, everybody loves this, and I've got the I Want Jimmy Choo Forever as well, and that one is a very popular one as well. But this one is a bit more syrupy, a bit more dark, a bit more vanillic than the previous one. It's like this perfect fruity, patchouli, warm fragrance. It's got an amazing blackberry and pear opening. It's also got this really smooth, clean, creamy gardenia in here. This is a really stunning scent, especially for the price. I guarantee you'll love it. It's like a guilty pleasure sort of a scent. It gives you just a bit of warmth, but also that blackberry. It's just a bit of greenery in there, a bit bitter. It's just an amazing combination and I love it. Next scent that I'm so excited to wear this fall more, because I've already worn quite a lot of the scent, is the new Valentino Sono in Rosa from their Anatomy of Dreams collection. This scent is spectacular. I love it. I was invited to discover this whole new scent selection in Paris. This scent is the best of them all. I usually get like focused on one scent that I love so much, and this scent is my pick, and it's Sono in Rosa, and it's this milky peppery fragrance. When I discovered it, it was the first fragrance I smelled from the line. I was like, oh my gosh, so excited to wear this, and I've worn it loads even though it's quite warm outside. It's a fragrance that is deliciously milky, and that black pepper, I just love black pepper and like creamy gourmand notes. I think it just cuts through them and makes for this such a sexy, powerful scent. Love it so much. Next up, we've got a scent that is also newer in my collection. So I've gotten quite a few new scents for this fall time because I love fall. And this is the Thameen fragrance, and it's called the Black Carnation. And this scent, I love the bottle. I just love these bottles and the caps. They're just the right size, and I love the magnetic cap. Anyways, the scent itself, it gives me like summer nostalgia. So it gives me those like ylang-ylang, coconutty creaminess, but also it's got a bit of this like vegetal carnation greenery that is just such a juxtaposition of notes, but it somehow works, and it just becomes this creamy, very natural smelling scent that is a bit peppery. This is the most different out of all of them. It's not your typical, ambery scent for fall or like typical woodsy scent. This is more of this white floral carnation, ylang-ylang, but made for fall because it's a bit more vegetal and green in this like almost like the vegetation is dying a little bit, but it smells really intriguing and really different. Love this one. Next up is a Kayali fragrance, and this one is a fun one for fall, and it is Vanilla Candy. This scent to me is like a scent that if I just don't want like a proper formal amber scent, which I usually love, but I want something fun, I just don't want to commit to smelling like something for the whole day, because this is long lasting but not as long lasting as some like ambery scents. This is just a happy pear vanilla that is a bit milky but also very joyous and fun. This has got enough sweetness to make me feel a bit more warm on a cooler morning in the fall time. It just smells really fun, delicious, and like all Kayali fragrances, I wear them also because my husband absolutely loves Kayali fragrances, and I know that he'll be like hugging me all day. So this is the trick with this one. Next up, you didn't think I would omit a fragrance that I literally probably put on my fragrance fall list every single year. It is just fall embodied, and it is Eau de Well from Diptyque. I've got the Eau de Toilette, and this scent is just it. It smells like maple syrup, like freshly fallen golden leaves. It's just this woodsy, very fresh, peppery vanilla. It's so romantic, it's so delicious, but yet citrusy and light, so it's perfect for when it's not that cold outside yet. You don't need to go in for your really heavy syrupy vanillas, but you want something just elegant, woodsy vanilla French. It's still my favorite. It's been, an it fragrance. I probably from like 10 years ago, this was like having all the hype, but I still absolutely love this scent. And I actually did have like a dupe from Olsen's line. They did like a fragrance line, Elizabeth and James, and they had like this bourbon vanilla one, but I didn't like that one as much as this one. This is still just the best. The woodiness, it's not too much, because in a lot of dupes they just go a bit too heavy on the woodiness, and then it just smells a bit chalky and like it just pokes you in your nose. It's just not very elegant, not very balanced. Next up, we have to go with another ambery scent, and it is Wood Jasmine from Diptyque. This scent really does smell like apple pie. Oh my gosh, so much cinnamon. And this is like a rummy amaretto cinnamon. It's so delicious. It literally just smells like you just macerated loads of apples and just cinnamon, and you just put it on the stove and let it just, you know, get all gooey and delicious. Oh, it's just the best. And it really, like, not only the juice just looks like it's a perfect fragrance for fall on the bottle, but also it does smell just perfect for the season. So if you love those apple cinnamony fragrances. Next up, we've got also a bit of a fragrance that is a bit nostalgic of this summer, but also it just goes into more of those fall notes. I think sometimes I like fragrances that are a bit, you know, reminiscent of summer still, because I love that creamy coconutty notes from a lot of summer perfumes especially, and I like to bring them into the fall time. And this is a perfect example of a scent. It's called Bel Canto from Sospiro Fragrances. And this scent, man, it's so delicious. It is very coconutty, but when you first apply it, it's kind of still aquatic, almost like a shower fresh fragrance, but only for a second. And then it goes into more of this violet, coconutty, smoky, incensey, a bit fragrance that is deep and creamy and vanillic. And I just love how delicious this is. And it's not like just your coconutty fragrance. It's definitely something more. It's coconutty, but it's also like deep and vanillic and spicy and incensey. It's got beautiful jasmine note, and it's also green at the same time. So this is one of those fragrances that you could wear in the summertime, but it might be too sweet or creamy if you live in a very hot climate. But if you live in like a cooler climate like Scandinavia, for example, you could wear this in the summertime and then go into the fall time and also wear it. Next up, we've got a fragrance that is, I would say, not for everybody. And I like to always give you a mix of fragrances that I think are very safe bets. Like, I know that I'll recommend them and pretty much every one of you will love them, or majority. But I also like to recommend some little hidden gems that I personally love and you might love if you also like fragrances that I like, or you want something a bit more challenging. And this fragrance, it's called Basilica from Milano Fragranze. I just think this fragrance smells so realistic. It smells like basilica, like a bit churchy. It's very incensey. It's a lot of rosemary, and if you love rosemary, man, this is such fragrant, beautiful rosemary. But it's also lactonic. It's milky, very, you know, strange, incensey, peppery, woodsy. It's just a fragrance that is gourmand, almost like on the verge of being gourmand, but also very rosemary. And it just smells like a lot of like churches that are quite in, and there's incense burning, and there is just a lot of wood, like wooden elements, and they smell a bit spicy and woody, and that rosemary really makes a difference. Such an intriguing scent, very unisex, a scent that is very niche, something that I'm sure nobody else will be wearing in your city probably. And this is a scent that it's just something unique for fall. If you want to get yourself a sample, I'll try to find a sample of this if I can, so you can definitely try it and tell me what you think about this one. This is, I think, I'll absolutely love it, or I'm not sure if I want to smell like this scent, but for me it's genius. It's something that it just throws you off a little bit. Let me know, what is your pick for fall at the moment? What will you gravitate towards this season in a fragrance? I'll of course link all of these scents in the description, and any samples that I've said, if I can find them, I'll link them, because I recognize that not everybody has got all these brands available to them where they live. So I always try my best to link samples, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.